Hey guys, welcome to another 1-on-3 Trials gameplay. Today we've got some QBB and Palindrome action here from Rusted Lands, as suggested. I did of course upload a 1-on-3 with the QBB from last week on First Light, but I wanted to do it on a smaller map, and a lot of you guys wanted to see me do it on a smaller map too, that's better suited for the Queenbreakers bow. So I had a blast doing this, and I really hope you guys enjoy. Unfortunately, I don't have any live commentary. For the same reason as I didn't for the previous 1-on-3 from Rusted Lanes, it was in the same gaming session, there's too much noise in the background, so what I'm going to do for this one instead is I'm going to do post-commentary. Now, I almost never do this, so excuse me if I'm all over the place. I will probably be all over the place, to be honest. But I'm going to do my best and try and walk you through my thought process in the different situations. So going into the first round, I always jump up to the special. I see one guy down here, I get the body shot on him, and I decide to push that way. I might be able to get an easy kill there, so I throw an Axion Bolt, and I see a guy in the back there trying to get a pre-fire, but I notice my Axion Bolt attack this guy. So I push in, get tagged a little bit by his grenade, but I jump up onto this wall, get an easy kill on this guy. He doesn't even realize where I was, and the last guy comes up behind me really quickly, so I just go for a body shot cleanup. That was sort of the safe play to do there. I could have gone for the headshot, but there was a good chance I was going to miss that because of how quickly he was moving, so I just decided to go for the safer play. So going into the next round, I wanted to push B instead because I thought they might expect me at C. And sure enough, I push up to B. I notice red on my radar, and one of them is actually coming through the suicide tunnel, drop a nade there. He gets past really quickly, but I managed to get the kill on him. And this guy, he's right behind me. He gets a shotgun shell off me, but I think he actually just sort of loses me as I jump up into the window, and I managed to get my lifesteal melee. The last guy was probably going to push me, I think, but they called out us full health, and this guy, he just sort of backs off. I think he was trying to bait me in so he could get to the revives, but I wasn't going for that. Of course, I don't have a sniper or a shotgun, so I can't really shut them down off the revive. I don't have a wombo combo either to do some good damage off the revive, so I might be able to primary or QBB them down. So I decided to just wait him out. I have the advantage. I have two ghosts on my side, and I'm not in a hurry here. I'm close to Nova on 2. So he finally ends up peeking on B here. I actually don't get the kill on him. He manages to drop down, but I think he might be in the suicide tunnel. So I go for a nice little slide shot, and sure enough, he's sitting there waiting for me, and I get the nice little headshot on him. Going into round 3, I decided to push C once again, because I want to switch it up when I do 1-on-3, so I want to keep them guessing. I don't want to be predictable in any way. And there's no one here as it turns out, so I want to push up to B. I think one might be coming behind me from the mid street, but as it turns out, they're just crouching on B. I want to try and get an angle here, but this guy shoots me through a wall, so I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to back off. And as I do, I notice there's a bleep on the mid street here, so I decided to drop my Nova on this guy. I could have probably won the primary gunfight, but with the other two chasing me down, I figured that was probably not the good place. So quick body shot cleanup on this guy. He was too difficult to hit a headshot on because of how high up in the air he was. This guy get the body shot, try and go for the melee, and miss, and then I miss a couple of hand cannon shots, but luckily he also missed his shotgun shot here, so I can just clean him up with a melee, no problem. A bit lucky there, no doubt. Anyway, going into the heavy round in a 1-on-3 on this map is horrible. They can push from 3 different angles, and I notice a guy on my right. I don't notice there's also a bleep in the suicide tunnel here, and he was just crouching down there. Easy kill for him. I left myself way too exposed. Massive mistake on my end. And once again, in this next round, I think I end up losing this one. I feel like I played right for the most part. I show that I can't use Warlock movement at all. But in this round, I feel like I played pretty well, but I got unlucky. First off, I end up missing a really easy shot on this guy, and by the time I can charge up another, this guy's gone. But I noticed there's 2 Axion Bolts there, so I figured I might actually just be able to flank around if the other one was on B, which I had a suspicion that he was. There's still a bleep here, close to the B capture zone here, so I decided to push up top heavy. I noticed this guy down here, get a nice little shot on him, and I noticed the other 2 are nowhere close. And here I do think I make a bit of a mistake here, so I should have probably stayed top heavy, but I end up dropping down. I see this guy here, I get a body shot on him, can't clean him up in time, throw an Axion towards the other guy to chase him away. I do end up taking some damage from that grenade he threw, but I notice he comes back, so I'm like, okay, I wanna try and get that shot, but I miss. I should have just went for the body shot, but I went for the headshot. This guy blinks over. I notice the other guy on heavy, and look at that. My melee just gets eaten up by the dead ghost, and this guy ends up getting the revive, and everything just snowballs. If my energy drain melee had actually worked on the first guy, I could have probably taken out the last one, but instead I had to deal with 3 guys instead of 2, and also an overshielded Titan right in front of me with a shotgun. So that obviously didn't really work out too well, but I feel like it's a little bit unfortunate that the a ghost can actually you know, tank a melee or a shot. Anyway, this guy, he comes up. I saw his lift. It makes like a particle effect after him. I saw it coming up the ramp, so I knew he was going to be there. The other two are here. I noticed the ghost was lit up, so the other one's here too, and I just decided to jump at the ghost. I know one of them probably has a smash, sure enough, and he totally overhits it. Get an easy kill on the other guy who didn't even realize what was happening as I jumped past him, and I get 2 headshots on this guy. He gets away. And now, again, we're in a situation here. I don't have a revive kill weapon, so I'm going to try and put myself in between him and the ghost while still applying some pressure. He jumps up to the right, probably thinking that I pushed forward, but I didn't, and he just kind of gets caught out in the open, and it makes for an easy kill for me. Now, in this round, once again, I show that I can't actually move on a Warlock. I'm terrible with glide, but I decided to push B this time. But I see a lot of red on my radar here. I want to try and pursue a kill, but this guy drops a nade in the doorway that hits me, so I'm like, okay, I'm out. I'm going to go to C instead, and I'm just kind of hoping at this point that they don't pursue me with Midas or anything, because then they could have probably taken me out. But I decided to go all the way in the back, try and stay off the radar as much as I can, and I'm kind of checking my back to see if they pursue. Sure enough, there's one there. I know this guy has a scout rifle, so I don't really want to peek that with a QBB because of the charge time. I missed my shot here once again, and then I'm just going to back off because I know they're all here. But then look at this, like, this guy comes up behind me. I drop my Nova, but he just keeps going up, so there's nothing there for me to hit my Nova on and still do damage to him. So that was kind of a waste. What can you do? This guy comes through the suicide tunnel. I noticed he does have a super. Let me try that again. But I managed to get the nice little cleanup. He didn't even really realize I was there watching him. But I give up the position because of the Titan applying some pressure to me. And I kind of forget where the revive was, and this guy drops a Nova on me. A bit of an unfortunate play there. I actually thought he missed for a second because I heard the Nova impact something before it impacted me. But he was using Shatter, which was unfortunate for me, of course. So now I know they've used a Nova and a Smash, and I think they may have another Smash. So that's pretty important. I want to try and stay at a distance. I push towards C here because there's some long lines of sight. But I noticed that the bleeps are all on B and towards the mid-street. There is a guy waiting for me here. I try to get a shot on him, but he gets back up, and I also drop off the wall. Don't really get anything out of that. So back to mid-street, and just try and keep it at a distance. So I decide to push into A. I think one might be pushing on C behind me. I see that lightning nade on C. And here, this guy comes through the tunnel. I notice him in the last second, get a nice little shot on him. And now the rest of the bleeps I have on my radar are on B. I decide to push here. I notice this guy has a smash, as expected, so I don't want to get close to him. I managed to chase him off with an Axion Bolt. This guy is waiting for me in the tunnel. I know the other guy has a smash, so he's going to push, and I just decide to peek again before I can get close, get a nice little headshot on him there to finish up the match. So I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I found it pretty fun to get myself. I really enjoyed the Queenbreakers bow, obviously, and getting a 1-3 gameplay with it turned out to be pretty challenging, actually. So I hope you guys enjoyed, as I said before. See, we're getting to the point now where I'm all over the place. But I'd actually like to hear if you guys have any suggestions for weapons I should use in 1-3s in the future. I might use some of them if they're not too ridiculous. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay for the 3rd time, and I will catch you guys on my next video.